Let me just go over what we're going to learn today. We are going to be going over how to budget in 2023. So writing down your budget is step one. So if you don't write your budget down, you're not going to follow it. Okay. And so I hear that a lot of times from people like, oh yeah, like I have a budget and but if it's not written down, you're not going to remember it. You're not going to follow it. So the way that I do this is I write down expenses each month and how much they are. So, your fixed stuff like your rent, your cable, your internet, car payment, all those are fixed expenses and you write those down. Then you write down all the things that are kind of variable, like your electric bill, but you still need like your electric bill, gas, things like that. And then you write down your income and then you subtract them from another. And what you have left is what you can either save or what you can spend on things that you want. So then you decide how much you want to save, and you're going to take that right off the top. Then you have your expenses of like fun money. So fun money is kind of what people have to write down. So if you have, say, $700 a month in fun money that you can spend, then everything that you spend for, entertainment, dinners, whatever, needs to go somewhere where you write it down. They have applications like Mint, etc. And it's going to subtract from that. And then you're going to realize how much money you've spent and how much money you can still spend. And Ken makes fun of me to this day, but I still do this. And say I want a pair of shoes and I don't have money this month because all my spending money is gone. I have to wait till the next month. And this is how you're going to get ahead. This is how you're going to, be able to pay off your credit cards. And when it comes to saving for a home, you only need 3 to 5% down on a home. So if a home's $300,000, you really only need around $9,000 to $12,000 in order to buy the home. So when you start to save money, this stuff is really, really, really in your reach if you want it to be. So here are some things that I did when I was younger and trying to get out of credit card debt and save money. For one, I like to pull it out as cash at the beginning of each month, because that just made it easier for me to be like, okay, I have this $700 or whatever the amount is, and this is the money that I'm going to be using to be social for the month. So other things that you are going to need to consider is looking at your bills each month to see if you can get a better rate. So a lot of you, you have health insurance, car insurance, cell phones, credit cards, loans. People don't normally shop those. So they usually give really good introductory rates and then jack your rate up over time, knowing that you're not going to switch. And now with the internet, it's so easy to shop like cell phone rates and insurance rates. It'll probably take you, an hour at the most to get all the quotes you need, and you could be saving a lot of money. Also with credit cards, Ken talks about this, but get those 0% credit cards if you're able to and transfer your balance over. And the goal would be to pay them off, not to add any more money to them. So that is all really good basics of budgeting. But you really, if you want to fast track paying off your credit cards, if you want to fast track saving for your first home, you need to make more income. And the best and easiest way to do this is by getting a second job. So say you're going to make $20 an hour, working 10 hours a week, which isn't even a lot of money now. Now you could probably say $30 an hour. That's going to be $200 to $300 a week, $800 to $1,200 a month that you can put towards saving or paying down your debt. So that's going to really fast track you. I used to work with a girl and I remember she had like $12,000 in debt and felt like she was swimming and wasn't going to get anywhere. And I said to her, I go, why don't you just go get a job on Friday and Saturday nights? She made a couple $100 a night and she was able to pay off her debts, within a year just by that simple thing, and actually within 6 months by doing that simple thing versus trying to budget her money she was already making at the bank, where she really wasn't making enough to be saving $2,000 a month. So getting that second job is really going to fast track whatever your income goal is. And remember that this is all temporary. The lifestyle of working more than one job and cutting back on your expenses, it's not forever. But once you pay off your debt and you have enough money for a down payment on your first property, you don't have any more credit card debt, you don't have any more student loan debt, you can be more lenient with yourself. And like I told you, I still have the same budget I had before. I just have more money to work with in that budget. So I still budget, but I'm more lenient with myself because I I'm not under all the credit card debt and all the loan debt that I was under before. And, you don't ever want to compare yourself to your friends. I remember my friends were driving nicer cars than me. They were spending more money on things than I do. But I really prepared myself for my future, so I don't have to worry about that as much, where they're still in that same hamster wheel. And if you work hard now, you're not going to have to work as hard later. I'm 39. I don't know. You're probably all different ages out there. It's never too late to do it, but if you do it earlier, it makes later easier.